Well, we're on our way out of Vancouver now. A little bit of, I always get lost in Vancouver, or I guess I always get lost. I never have a sense of exactly where I am in Vancouver as it relates to like the rest of British Columbia or Canada. I'm always confusing north and south, and I think it's because it's not very detailed on most of the maps that I'm looking at. Going over a bridge here, of course, which you know how much I love. I was staying with a friend while I was in town, but I had no real sense of where the apartment was located in relation to the part of the city that I knew. And so yesterday I took off on a walk to get to the part of the city that I knew, which is Granville Island, as you saw. And I had no idea that I was on... I had the entire downtown area was between myself and Granville Island, so I ended up walking through the entire downtown area. Now on the way there, I walked along Hastings Street, East Hastings Street, which if you're from Canada, maybe you recognize the name of that. I didn't at the time, and found myself getting more and more just kind of burdened with sadness as I was walking along, because it was such a just... The people who were there were clearly poor, and many of them on drugs and in difficult straits.
Would you like to run a vehicle health report?
Oh,
Press OK to choose yes, or to be...
Isn't that fun when that happens? That's the one drawback of this car, is that little narrator interrupts every once in a while, wanting to know if I want a vehicle health report. And then if I ever say yes, it scrolls through some imperceptible process that leaves me not knowing anything about my vehicle that I didn't already know. And it says that I'm not registered for whatever it is I'm supposed to be registered for. Anyway, it's just a hassle. So East Hastings Street, turns out, as the woman who was putting me up told me later, has, or at least that neighborhood, has the highest population of heroin addicts, second only to like Singapore or something to that effect. So that explains a little bit, at least, my reaction to it. And upon reflection, I'm reminded of the series Slings and Arrows, which had a play within the play, or a play within the TV show, called East Hastings, and it was about drug addicts and hookers and everyone and their aspirations, and it was kind of a joke within a joke within a joke, apparently, and the joke is much more cynical than I thought it was, having now actually walked through East Hastings. Anyway, it brought me down, and I'm kind of glad to put Vancouver behind me and head back to the old USA. I'm not far away now. Should be back across the border within the hour and on my way down into Oregon. We'll check in with you again soon. Well, it looks like we've got a long wait here at the U.S. border. I have no idea if it's just over this hill or if it's another kilometer yet. It may be as much as a kilometer still. But I noticed this billboard here. You are now entering a high-cost medical zone. Use caution. I thought that was amusing. And I made one last stop before hitting the border at the Tim Hortons to fill up my my reusable Tim Hortons coffee mug, and to spend what I have left of Canadian money, or at least most of it. I think I've just got a little bit of spare change at this point, because once I do get across that border, it all turns into funny money. So, signing off from Canada. See you in the U.S. again. Here we are crossing from Washington into Oregon. This would be the Columbia River over there, and over that way is, well, in that direction is Portland, though we can't see it through the trees. And it's turned out to be a fairly nice day now. We had some rain earlier and a lot of traffic going through Seattle and Tacoma and Olympia. But less than an hour now till Salem, Oregon, and dropping in on Pat and the family.